Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks, and it goes a little something like this. Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO to the double T, be frontal these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A team, Mr. T, and I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks, and it goes a little something like this. Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO to the double T, be frontal these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A team, Mr. T, and I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks, and it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott coming to you live from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. Welcome to the morning steam for Sunday, December 24th. Merry Christmas on this Christmas Eve. Thank you for joining me today for a preview of NFL football action. Thank you so much to JPZ. Let it run a minute or two longer. I know I'm always on here a little bit late, but thank you so much, PZ, for the wonderful intro music that I'll be using. I had to make a thumbnail for it and everything. I was so excited. Thank you so much. If you see this or if you're there, PZ, thank you for the intro song. And we'll talk NFL football, and we'll preview the championship game of the Diamond Head Classic, and that's what we're going to do. Maybe we'll be out of here in 45 minutes, but thank you so much, everybody, and happy holidays to you, your family. Maybe they're even watching with you today. Some new viewers, maybe you're opening gifts early. Maybe you're making dinner. Maybe you have family and friends from out of town, and you want to get your sports betting fix. Said, watch this guy. So let's not lead you astray. Let's get winners today so everybody has a fun time sitting around the TV and watching Christmas Eve football today. How did you guys do in the bowl action yesterday and the NFL action on Saturday? Yeah, there was some there was a little basketball in there, huh? There was a little hockey in there. And how did you guys do? I see all your comments and good conversation today. Thank you for joining me here, making me a part of your holiday. We'll preview all those games Today on the NFL card, 10 games on the NFL card. And I've just selected the championship game of the Diamond Head Classic. There's 4 games out on the islands to kind of spice it up during the day, but the last one will run concurrently with Thursday, with whatever day of football, Sunday night football today. And we, of course, have a little more action tomorrow on Christmas Day. I'll be here. So, uh, one reminder before we get started on today's information that I will be here tomorrow on Christmas to share my day with you. If you have time to stop and want to talk about the couple of games on the card tomorrow, and maybe we'll just share more salutations for anybody that has time to stop by. Special greetings for everybody. All right, how'd you guys do last night in the NFL? Let me get some of your comments started. Maybe that'll kind of get us going and talk about a few games before we get started on this show today. Thomas Bird was here today to open the doors. Thank you, Thomas. How about that? Let's see here. Get the graphics rolling for the show. Yesterday, no one said anything. I had the wrong date on this, and I still have the wrong day of the week. I mean, we're all kind of guilty of that right now, aren't we? With the holidays, let's at least put Sunday. Yesterday, I had Saturday. Had the right day, the wrong date. Today, the wrong day, the right date, wrong day. Uh, the thumbnail's right. Thanks to Peasy as well. Uh, see your comments though. Let me get him there. Where is he? Thomas Bird. There he is. Johnny Walker. Merry Christmas to everybody. Chad had a good day apparently. Hello to Ray. We had a pretty decent day here. We'll talk about that in just a second. Chad, hello. He had something good too. And how about Smoke? He's playing some Asian hoops here, it looks like. Jimmy, hello as well. FAU, hey, we had the over in that one. Good call. And FAU, nothing wrong with them, right? You could do worse than finding a little futures bet on FAU. I mean, they're already probably easing up into the top 10 in the country after that one once again. So, a pretty good team, it looks like. With FAU. What a game that was! I think I said it was a great game. It was going to be a great game, and it was. Wow, uh, big Fox game, and everyone was watching. Thomas, hello today, and thank you, Johnny. We know we got that JP's. Thank you for noticing that. Fernando, hello today. And who else is stopping by? JW here today. And, well, want to see if we got the regular crew, including Blake and William Dryman stopping in today. Good to see you. Percent Better here. Had some great comments yesterday. Thank you. There is Peasy. So he heard me good. And I'll just say it in case he came just a little late. I don't know when the stream, if it was here. Thank you again, PZ. Terrific. I told him it has a great morning vibe. It's funky, but it's still early, and I think real smooth, kind of like me. So thank you again so much to Peasy. And any else here? Terrell, hello. Okay, we got one right. We got the Chargers right. Did I have some money line on my Chargers? You bet I did, but it didn't quite work out. Didn't matter. We had the Chargers pretty solid in that one. And our premium pick winner was on the over. Took the last play of the game to get there. Certainly were some other chances for some scores. So we got the premium pick winner. We got the free winner on the show. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. We got the free winner on the over. We got the Steelers as a premium pick. So 4-0 for me in the NFL. Had the 2 winners on the show and had the 2 winners in premiums. Timmy Two Shoe, hello. Nunya, hello. Nunya, Merry Christmas to you. All right. I think I said hello to everyone. I'm going to also go to tonyspicks.com and see who did well over there. I think I made the handicapper leaderboards yesterday with uh, 6-3 day for me. Go over there and just look at the website, though, real quick before we kind of get into the show. Oh, I could follow chat. Okay. I didn't know you guys, some of you guys on Twitter, you might follow me, and then I'm not too above following you. Sometimes I just miss it. All right, let me bring up. There we go. Doubles. Hi. Merry Christmas as well. All right. Yesterday in the NBA, we had a pretty strong day here on the show, as well as with our the show picks here. I didn't do anything. Everything was football yesterday, but we did go 10-5 with our NBA picks here on the show yesterday. Winners included the Boston Celtics over the Clippers. We also had the Magic and the Pacers game to go under. We had the Nuggets and the Hornets to go under. We had the Brooklyn Nets yesterday. We had the Utah Jazz big time in the fourth quarter yesterday. We also had the Cleveland Cavaliers road win at Philly. Yeah, we had the over in the Lakers and the Thunder. We had the over in the Spurs and the Mavs. We had the Golden State Warriors to roll Golden State. And we had the over with Minnesota and Sacramento. So we'll get back to the NBA tomorrow, of course, and come up with some winners there yesterday in the NHL. Free winners here on the show. Pretty strong day in the NHL too. Well, let's say there were some winners. I guess you couldn't miss here. Yeah, doubles. Definitely saw that, and no doubt. Thank you for mentioning that. Winners here on the show yesterday included the double winners with the Panthers and to beat the Golden Knights with the game to go under. We also had the early winner with the under in Nashville and Dallas. We had the Minnesota Wild over Boston yesterday here on the show. We had the Red Wings on the puck line as a winner, the Buffalo Sabres on the puck line as a winner, the New York Islanders on the puck line as the winner. So definitely a decent day here. Some winners late, certainly, in the NHL. We did give out a Discord winner last night, though. San Jose and Vancouver over. That was pretty easy. And our college basketball wasn't too shabby either. We had that winner here on the show with Xavier over Seton Hall in a blowout. We had the FAU Arizona game to go over as well, and we had St. John's in Connecticut under. So pretty decent results. And don't forget bowl game action yesterday. We did go 4-3 with our bowl game selections. Yeah, it's hard to get an under when one team scores 3 points, 10, whatever it was, and then the other team scores like 50, so 60 points. So I guess you're not going to get an under when it's a total blowout. You can only get half the teams right. But we did have some free winners yesterday here on the show with Georgia State against Utah State. Free winner here yesterday on the show. We also had the Northwestern Wildcats as our free winner here on the show yesterday. Premium winners yesterday in college football included Coastal and San Jose under. We had also Utah and Northwestern under. We also had Air Force as a winner and Northern Illinois. So overall 6-3. Let's go over to tonyspicks.com. I want to share with you how the crew did. Remember, we're dealing with a much larger crew here now on the Tony's Picks network. So you're going to see some new names here, and hopefully we get to hear from some of these people. If not, hey, no problem. You do you. Daniel Woloschuk, there's someone we never hear from, but he crushes. Yesterday, 3-0 for Daniel. Another killer day for Daniel. He is one of the hottest cappers, certainly, right now in the industry with his current run. I'll show you in just a minute. Collins Brown making a great appearance here on the leaderboard with 80% yesterday. There I am with a 6-3 mark for 67% yesterday. Keep a pretty good winning streak going here, I'd say, over the last several weeks. Consistent, I always say no one lights up the leaderboard like I do. Well, this month it's been Mr. Consistency, which is really what you want. You don't want your chip stack to be going up and down, but Joseph Schultz went 2-0 yesterday. Tony T went 3-1, 75%. There's Ron Crawford, 4-2, 67%. Probably Sam Bamurti found profit. Odds Smoker Steve, he's won a day here, even on our big day Saturday. Just one play, he's got a winner. So does AJ Wagers. He is perfect so far on the site. I guess you could get it done if you picked one winner a day and won it every time. I always say you really do need. Sorry, guys, you really do need some volume to make it in this game, but not if you just win every game. So I guess there are some people like that. Mr. AJ Wagers is undefeated, I believe, since joining Tony's Picks. If not, we'll see, but I think it is. Gene got picks. Follow him on Twitter. 6-4 yesterday. Ruben Marlboro, the Marlboro Man, self-proclaimed. I'm not just making that up, or using the old term. They used to allow cigarette commercials. I don't know if you know that. Tim Irwin, 2-1. Hollywood Sam, 3-2. Look at this deep leaderboard. Sean Dinwiddie, 3-2. And the two old ladies that bet consensus. So this is when Mindy Hahn and Tiffany Mance have a consensus play. It goes in their consensus account, and they were 3-2 yesterday. So lots of winners yesterday at Tony'sPicks.com. Mindy Hahn is currently the hottest handicapper on the site, really doing well here right now at about 62%, up nearly 30 units in just the last week alone. Mindy crushing right now. Tiffany Mance is the second hottest handicapper, so that's very strong as well. You see Tiffany's record there. Put the two ladies together, 146 wins, 97 losses in the last week. That's the kind of volume that I'm talking about here. So no problem if you can go big bombs with your man playing one play like you do with Mr. Wagers here. That'll work. Obviously you got to step up your unit size. Here with Mindy and Tiffany, you can play just consistent units and get it done, and you can see right there how you can profit big time. Tim Irwin is up there with 70% over the last 7 days. I'm up there on the handicapper leaderboards over the last 7 days. I am with the 6 units of profit. There's AJ Wagers. Yeah, 6-0. Tony T, 17-10, up 6 units. 600 units for the last week. Probably Sam Bamurti is in the profit. Marlon Pettis, 75%, up 5 units. Joseph Schultz is 67% over the last 7 days, up over 5 units. Nick Bartini, he's the face of Platinum Capper, is 67%, up over 4 3/4 units, as is Daniel Walasachuk, 478. Gene got picks, up nearly 3 units. Ron Crawford, up 263. And the two old ladies that bet consensus picks, up 232. Ron Hahn's 8-5 right now. Odd Smoker Steve, a new handicapper here over the last week, has just had a couple of plays, but again, he's won them both. There's Butterscotch. No problem, Scotch. You keep going, 18-13, and you should get more respect with that mark right now, but certainly a deep leaderboard. Good crew so far as they get their handicapping ledgers started here at the site. Over the last 30 days, hottest cappers include Tiffany Mance, up nearly 26 units. Daniel Walasachuk, up 19 units. Nick Bartini, up 17 units. There I am, up 11 units over the last 30 days, as well as Tony T. They're up 1,043. Ralph Raymond, Marlon Pettis as well in the profit. AJ, there's Wagers again. There's Mindy, plus 413, and other profitable handicappers, including Everett Burton. They're a new capper as well. So you see part of our crew much, much deeper now here at Tony'sPicks.com. I think that's going to be good overall for our cappers here at the site. All right. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use that promo code TonyT at checkout if you're interested in our premium picks today. I'm going to give you some free winners. Hopefully, Tony's got his Sunday NFL video here. Check it out. You see Tony ready to roll maybe after this. Check him out. Or, yeah, hey, go watch right now if you want.
Free
Tony,
NFL
his
picks. This is action here.
For the action on Sunday with his 10 deep dives into the games today. Check out premium picks from the crew, 3-packs, 5-packs, 7-packs today from Mindy, from Tiffany. Mindy's got a 5-pack in the NFL. Tiffany's got a 5-pack in the NFL as well today. Tony T's got a powerhouse 3-pack of NFL sides here today. And there I am as well with my package up there for today. It's an NFL early window 5-pack, and I'll have, believe, a 3-pack with the evening action. It's either, I should know this, you only make so many premium picks, but actually, it's either 3 in the afternoon and 1 in the evening, or I have 2 in the afternoon and 1 in the evening. Maybe I'm just too busy to know, but I do know I got something like that. But anyways, check out this 5-pack of winners here. Let me just pop it up there and show you how I've got it in this one. There it is, the NFL early window 5-pack, $30, and support me and the other cappers if you'd like as well. But use the promo code TonyT at checkout and get a discount on that. And remember, I get the commissions on this, so you're not just paying for the 5 picks, although you might want to get these considering my NFL record. You could go to here at Tony'sPicks.com, go to that handicapper leaderboard, right? And oops, that's the all cappers tab. Here we go. Go to the handicapper leaderboard. This is fully customizable and sortable. You can go to NFL here for 2023, for example. Let me see if I got it here. There we go. NFL for 2023. Now, this isn't just this season. This goes back to the January 1st here. And you can see Daniel Woloschuk. Just want to point this out. 67% for Daniel. This is back to January 1st. So it's basically the postseason of last year and the regular season so far of this year. Daniel, 88 and 44, 67%. Oh, the NFL is so tough. No one can pick in the NFL. Daniel Woloschuk, since January 1st in the NFL with 140 plays here, 138 plays this season, up 40 units in the NFL. And NFL, your unit size, I hope it's bigger. Mine is NFL. The reason why I have more NFL premiums than these other sports at this time of year and roll with those is there's more information. I feel more confident in the NFL. Look at Hollywood Sam, up 29 units. There I am for the year. I'm up 25.5 units with my NFL premium picks here on the site, fully documented. Just enter my plays in here, sell them for a price. And I think it's worked out. I think you take 25 units here if you were a long-term subscriber of mine or whatnot. So thanks for listening to the commercial today. But don't forget there are other handicappers here as well with all their premium picks today. But I'm going to promote mine. I'm here and appreciate that. We'll get started here, but just want to shout out Nick. He's got a 3-pack. Daniel has a 7-pack for $45. So there it is. Daniel, 7-pack, $45. Man, 67% calendar year with a pretty big sample size here of 140 games. So Ron Hahn, good to see Ron. Hollywood Sam, Jerry Lewis has a 3-pack today. One of our new cappers, Collins. Ruben's got a 3-pack, so plenty to choose from at Tony'sPicks.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. And see a few more comments, and then get into the previews. I won't, we got 10 games. Spend a few minutes with you. All right. Is it going to be a day of the dogs here, Terrell? And when I think of Al Pacino, I think of my favorite Al movie, and that's Two for the Money. I think we've talked about that before. So, but All right. Yeah, doubles. I just picked the one game over in Hawaii. Remember, if you've lost one or two, you're not going to win the championship. There's one championship game over there today. That's the only one I've chosen. But maybe we could look at another one. Nunya's with his play. Thank you, Nunya. And Chad, thank you for the plays, giving them for Christmas there. Okay, great. Let's do that. Um, let's do that, Chad. It sounds like you won't make it. So, Chad, thank you for everything. If you can't make it tomorrow, just want to thank you for everything and Merry Christmas. All right. To all of you, but great contributor. How we've had a great report there, and thank you. They're always close percent better, right? Poppy, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you for everything, sir. What you've done for me as well with our partnership on MMA and joining the shows many times. I mean, we've probably done at least 10, a dozen shows together. So thank you so much for everything. Matt, thank you. You can thank PZ for that. There he is. And Sebastian A. All right. And if you watch these shows, you've heard Peasy's songs around a little bit. All right. Let's get ready and get started with the show. I don't know. I mean, I kind of had some headlines to go over, but it just seems like I've been talking about nothing. And we gotta, you guys are here for the previews. You know what's going on in the world of sports, but I don't know. I just had, some comments maybe on, I don't know, the bowl games, anything special there yesterday that we can hash upon that, really stood out. But NBA was probably a little more significant with Boston making 25 3-pointers in that win over the Clippers. Somehow I gave out the under on that one here on the show, but uh, the Bucks look pretty good against the Knicks. And how about Memphis? No problem, right? Man, there. Here's Luis. Good morning. Nice to see you. Thomas cannot find. Good to see you, Thomas. He does not, or I don't know what this is, but it sounds like it's going against old Thomas here late. So appreciate you, though, brother, for stopping by. And hopefully it's rigged in our favor. I mean, we do have the script here and all. All right. See what we got here. I think that's it. Let's get started with the show. I mean, we can talk about my Chargers. I thought they did great. Rodney, hello. Thought it was a great performance for considering what the Chargers had going, and they still had 3 turnovers. Tried to give it away, certainly. All right, I'm ready. If you are to roll here, bring up my sheet and talk about these games. Starting at the top of the board here with the Colts taking on the Falcons today. Oh boy, this one looks a little bit dangerous for our man Arthur Smith. Good thing his dad has already wrote a check to Arthur blank check so that he can stay on another year. Could this be it for Arthur Smith? Maybe not right away, but if they don't win this one, it might be it. I mean, you play in the Colts, you probably should try to win. You probably should win this game. Colts come here and here, the better team, the hotter team, and they're an underdog to the Falcons. It doesn't quite make sense, but maybe they'll play for Smith here today. But the Colts are the team coming in at 8-6 and hot and alive and ready to keep going. They've covered 5 of their last 6 games. The Colts 17-12 on the road in their last 29 games on the road. It's just been good times really for the Colts, considering the kind of predicament they were in early on, and their rookie quarterback wasn't going to work out. Got a pretty good coach, this guy Steichen from the Eagles, definitely getting a lot of attention, with his success right now. And I don't know. This one figures to be close, I would think. And you know how these, I mean, if you watch Colts games, if you watch Falcons games, they seem to be like play close games down the wire. Who's going to win? I don't know. Here's a mistake. Here's an interception. Here's a turnover. Here's a lucky touchdown. Here's something crazy. So look at Blake. I mean, you got to take uh, here's the funny thing about right. Look, I was on Richardson at the beginning of the season, and you know what? He was looking pretty decent, right, compared to these other quarterbacks this year. Maybe Richardson will work out in the end, but maybe it's better that they've had Uncle Rico in there all season. Hello, Gerardo. Today, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for everything as well. Appreciate everything you've done. We know right now there is a little bit of action going on with Wolves and Chelsea. Wolves here on top early, 1-0, and a little bit of football out there right now. But that's kind of our featured game there right now. So. Oh yeah, no doubt about it, percent. But it's fun, it's fun. I don't, I will. I mean, if anybody really ever wanted to get into a debate, I mean, it's not even debatable. They're just looking for attention, not singling out Thomas at all. I think it's just a funny narrative sometimes, right? Because we could all fit it in there. Ray's got the under here. Ray and I are together. Let's go under, Ray. That's what we'll do. And Merry Christmas, Gerardo. I'm going under in this one tonight. Today with the Colts and the Falcons. Look, I guess if anything, if you looked at two certain teams here, maybe this is the one that you'd kind of think could have some score, right? Because you got Uncle Rico, and the Colts, the Falcons go with Heineke, and I don't know. Look, you can make fun of Ritter necessarily, and yeah, they did sign Heineke for a little bit of money, and maybe I don't know which guy should have been the quarterback, and maybe that's why old Arthur is going to be out after this. And like Colts, they're in position; they need the wins. Why wouldn't they? Could the Falcons really have? I mean, hey Joseph, hello. Nice to have you. Colts have gone over in 7 of their last 9 games because of a lot of these crazy games, and it seems to sneak over. But I'm going to take the under here in this one. I think it's probably even down to 44.5 here. And fast track. No, the Colts will be without their strong wide receiver in this one, Michael Pittman, just not able to come through from that concussion. But Jonathan Taylor could be pretty strong in position to run here today and eat some clock and maybe balance things out even a little bit more for this offense for Steichen. I mean, could you imagine if the Colts can win this game as an underdog today? They'll be 9-6. That's pretty good, considering the Colts were, rebuild mode, rookie quarterback to start the season. The veteran Taylor, who banged up again, but these running backs, when I'm talking at the end of the season here, whether it be Taylor or even Henry, they're trying, and but when you've got a workman-like back still going into the season or back healthy type of thing, that's a good thing. All right, we'll get your comments here. Well, you guys have been already chiming in, so my pick is in as well. Percent better. He says, you know what? Take a little plus money. Get it down. Get it down. All right. We'll mention Atlanta just 2-9-1 against the spread this season in games with a spread of 3 points or less. That's nearly every game, man. That's 12 games, and they don't cover any of them, it seems like. Atlanta 18-25-3. Their last 45 games in that same mode, getting any game with a spread of 3 or less. So Falcons also not great against non-conference opponents. Give me the under, though, in this one. All right. Now the Packers are going to take on the Green Bay Packer. the Packers are going to take on the Panthers. Sounds like an announcer's nightmare here. We are seeing action here right now on this game. Just as I got on the show, and I was going to kind of interrupt it here, but just said, you know what, it's at the top. But we've just seen some steam come in. It's really the first steam of the morning, or at least since we've started the show, or my lead up to the show, seeing if there's any moves here. I don't know what the move necessarily can be based on. I don't know if it's personnel related necessarily in this one, but we do know that for the Panthers, we still do have the rookie in there, Bryce Young. No reason at this point to not keep giving him the experience. Here's the thing: I mean, teams should make a determination early and get their other quarterback, have another quarterback ready. But it's been a lost season here, certainly for Carolina, having lost 6 of their last 7 games, going up against a Green Bay team that has lost 2 in a row. We know that LaFleur is Mr. December, but now he's lost 2 games in a row here. Packers have lost 5 of their last 6 on the road. For me, it's just been so hard to keep trying to come back on Carolina because I'm such a technical guy. I've ended up taking it on, fortunately, or unfortunately, but that's a terrible way to put it. It's been on the show. I've gone with the Panthers a lot. And that's not great. We want to have winners here, but I haven't felt confident enough necessarily. Yeah, I took a couple losses with them over the weeks here, but Panther. Look, Packers going to be favored here still for a reason. I mean, they have a little bit to play for, but realistically, going to have to pass a lot of teams. So in the end, if you're totally realistic, look, maybe the Packers are a team to find motivation, but it doesn't feel like they can get the money here necessarily. Panthers could win. I don't know if they will win. Maybe the Packers can pull it off in the end and get an important win to stay alive. They're like in 10th or 11th place. Right? I didn't. I've been looking every time they put the graphic on the board and everything, but they need to win and get some help and things like that. So when you're really in the NFL, think about it and your motivation, and you're tired in the fourth quarter, and your team, gives up. They give up yards on the ground. I don't know if the Panthers can get things going against them, but Green Bay not the swiftest. 2-8-1 against the spread in their last 11 games as a road favorite. I want to take the Panthers again. I just don't want to disappoint you guys. And I do respect this late money that came in on the over here. In the game, like I said, just in is kind of what it feels like to me with this late move here to the over. So let's get some of your plays on the Green Bay game, and then I can comment on it as well, because I don't like the move, quite frankly, and I'm going to be on the under in this one with the Packers and the Panthers. Look, I'm the Jordan Love guy here, but still gonna. Now that I've got a little bit of wiggly room here at 39, we could even call it 38.5 to try to give me a tough battle here. But Carolina still 5-7 against the spread, last 12 off of a win. NFC South home dogs 1-6 against non-division opponents. Last 7 opportunities. All right, get your comments here. You guys aren't too hot on this game, it looks like. Here's Blake. He will go over. And I think you get 38.5, Blake, if you look right now. But, pardon me, guys. I do want to give me one moment. Nobody wants the Snifflies on Christmas Eve. Panthers for Ray, and for Simber, lots of sharp action, but he doesn't see it. He thinks the Packers will roll. I think the Packers can win, probably come down the wire. Panthers, look, they're playing a little bit hard for their coach here, and obviously maybe that record with LaFleur getting exposed a little bit uh, in December. And yeah, maybe it will trickle up again. I don't know now. And we're seeing it settle now. It looks like a lot of 38 and a half. In fact, Bet Online has 38. So I'm going under in this one. All right. Hey, good news for the Texans as we will get a chance to see CJ Stroud, it looks like, once again, not this week, but word is that he will be able to make a return to the lineup. I don't think Case Keenum is a terrible option here. That's for sure. Look, if anything, your CJ Stroud wouldn't be the guy, wouldn't be the rookie quarterback that you should have replaced. One thing we don't see anymore, and I was thinking about this also, is that back in the day, uh, more teams would replace quarterbacks at halftime. Promise you this, right? Maybe even over the last several years, it just doesn't happen anymore. I'm telling you, back, and I don't want to be old crusty guy. I am. I often use my experience to say, well, you guys, maybe a lot of fans watching the show are younger. We do have some guys my age in here too, and maybe those guys like Smoke, right, can uh, join me a little bit. In the in the 80s and 90s, you'd switch the quarterback at halftime. They don't do it anymore. They just don't. You'd put the backup in, man. Let's see if we can get something going with this guy, and they just stick with these other quarterbacks. Anyways, it's not a problem here with the Browns and the Texans. I just want to make that point. Case Keenum is a fine option here, I would think, against the Browns. Now, look, we know the Browns have a great, pretty strong, pretty good. It's getting worse the longer I talk about them. A good defense. The Texans, also pretty good defense. I mean, D'Amico Ryans, they've got something special here going with them as well. So, well, I don't know. Is this total any higher, any lower yet? No, it's mostly 40, but I would think this is going to be a low scoring game. Here's the thing. Oh, Joe Flacco. Everything's changed for the Browns, man. Oh, as soon as Joe Flacco gets in there now, they're passing all over the place. Joe Flacco's kind of on a free roll, guys. I think that's why we're seeing interceptions. He's like, I got nothing to lose with this team. I'm not. Well, I mean, he's got to consider himself, right? Now as the quarterback of this team, certainly, and for now, and heading to the playoffs. So the Texans, they're also, and this is a hot game. I mean, no doubt. Browns 9-5, Texas 8-6, and this is one of the best games of the day, certainly here with these two teams. Cleveland won a pair of close games. They've won and covered 5 of their last 7. They're 7-14-1 against the spread, coming off of a win in their last 22 games, 33% against the spread. 22 games, 33% against the spread, coming off the win. And they're coming in here to play a good Texans team. Make no mistake, Keenum last week, they won 19-16. Keenum had 229 yards passing on 23 of 36. He's an experienced backup with 65 NFL starts, a 30-35 record here after last week. This is anything the Texans are involved with. It's going to be a close game. Houston 4-1 against the spread as an underdog this season. So Houston has gone under in 7 of their last 11 games. Cleveland has been a pretty strong over. And I will say this, the AFC North, you talk about how decent of a division they've been. And could argue, or I don't know, but when you're talking about Cincinnati, Cleveland. Here's the thing, Pittsburgh, great, and that was a good game yesterday, right, with Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. I thought it was pretty good quality, despite maybe what was perceived coming into the game, given the quarterback situation. After all, we were on the over. But the AFC North, so far this season, non-division games, 26-12 straight up non-division games for the AFC North. That's something to look at come playoff time, whichever these teams are in here. Get your comments on the Browns and the Texans. Thank you, Matt. Smash it. Like it. Blake, Texans and under. Looks like Jimmy under in the Texans game. Ray says, take the Browns on the money line. The Texans are in a look-ahead spot. I don't think the Texans can be in a look-ahead spot. I mean, every game has got to be considered important, I would think, at this point, given their 8-6 record. You have Cleveland's basically in 6th place, and Texans are in 7th place. So hope they're not looking ahead. Thanks, Smoke. Merry Christmas to you, and thank you for everything, for the great conversation as well this year. Great to meet you this year, and appreciate that. Thomas, thank you for stopping by today. We'll try to rig it up in your favor, but I tease you, but I like it. And Fernando on the over here. Matt said Cleveland and over. Did I point that one out? Thanks a lot. I'm going under, though, however, with this game. Yeah, I think there is a possibility here of looking at, 17 to 20 to 20, maybe, as opposed, it's possible. But I will stay with the under here. Two good defenses. You still have Flacco. I don't think he's all that right now, especially against this defense on the road. Flacco's a guy you want on the grass, you guys, to be honest. I talk about the fast track and everything. Texans, hey, they do get a little bit healthy here with their receiving. That's been a big issue too, you guys. I know it kind of because we think of Stroud, but also he's lost all of his top receivers this season at one time or another. So Nico Collins is listed as questionable, but I think they said he was going to be in. Oh, let me check. It's not making, I'm still going under, but I mean, it is an important note for Houston to get just a little bit healthier right now at the wide receiver spot because of, that's been brutal, quite frankly, their situation. Take the Flacco over. All right. Let's see here. I just had maybe the comment on Collins here. Probable for Nico Collins. So they're getting pretty healthy. They're getting Fant is upgraded to questionable. Shaq Mason, or I'm sorry, upgraded probable. Shaq Mason. Probable. Houston getting a little bit healthy for this game, and they're an underdog. Houston Texans are a pretty good football program right now. All right. Hey, want to say hello to Rico Del Rosario. Great to have you. Merry Christmas. I know we've spoken a couple times, several times, maybe if I'm not mistaken, a handful of times. Appreciate you taking the time today to stop in and say hi. All right, give me the under in this one with the Browns and the Texans. You might be seeing a theme here, it looks like, with 3 games, 3 unders so far for me, you guys. And look, I've had a pretty good NFL season. Thank you to the subscribers. We've given out some unders this year for sure on the premium side. I think the subscribers know that. Today they're here on the show. So looks like, maybe Ramon's on a few sides today with that premium package. Have you been able to tell which team I'm on? Let's take a look at the next one with the Seahawks going up against the Titans. We get Geno today for the Seahawks. Been some good vibes, right, for the Sea Chickens here over the last few weeks, certainly. and even with having to dig into the backup quarterback realm a little bit. But you know what? Not today. Gino's back. Gino said all the right things. He obviously wanted to play last week, but that's not the way that, uh, you know, let's, okay, so maybe, Coach Pete is the youngest 71-year-old guy out there, but he's still going to rush some quarter, even if it's Geno Smith, especially with Geno Smith, that, well, let's just say he hasn't been. Maybe maybe Geno. You don't want to say someone overachieved for like basically a season and a half or 2 seasons or even more. I think we really got to see the true potential of Geno Smith, and some problems. But remember, there was a time when Geno was one of the hottest passers in the league, and everyone has kind of their moment. It did feel like when Geno was throwing for a lot of yards, that was kind of the, I don't know, peak of his career. If the Seahawks get running game, they can be very good. If they don't have a running game, it isn't so good. Against the Titans, it might be maybe a little bit tough. Seattle 11-17 in their last 28 games off of a win. Seattle 4-7 against the spread their last 11 games as a road favorite. And for Tennessee, they have lost 5 of their last 7. They never really got it going here. This season, as far as a playoff push is concerned, so they basically have run out of options here, but they do have Tannehill in here, right? So it's easy to make fun of Tannehill, overpaid, never lived up to, but he's still, I don't know. If you look at today's list of quarterbacks, he's not at the bottom of the list. Maybe he is for you. He's not for me. And I think the Titans are in a pretty good position here as an underdog, I would think, against Seattle today, even if Seattle, is pretty desperate at this point to make sure they can try to get a win. But on the road against the Titans, I just feel like it could be difficult here in this one. And I don't know, 41.5, is it? It's up to 42 right now, and I can't see this one going over. I've got my 4th consecutive under here on the show this morning. Tennessee has gone under in 8 of their last 12 games. Seattle has gone under in 5 of their 7 games on the road this season. Tennessee 16-12-1 in their last 29 games against the spread off of a loss. And Titans 7-3 against the spread their last 10 games as a home dog. Who said the dogs are barking today? But I'm going to take the under in this one with Seattle and Tennessee. Any comments from you guys today? Doubles is on those Titans. Jamal Jones, hello today. He thinks the Seahawks can still keep it going. Blake wants his Titans. Poppy and I were rolling unders here maybe today in some of these games. I got a few overs selected, but let me see if there are any on the show. Maybe they're in the premiums here. Rays on the Titans. Thomas says Seattle. Salty's fading the Seahawks today. Yeah, they've probably done a pretty decent job considering what they've been doing. Matt D says parlaying the unders. You know what I like to do in a situation like that is also, I don't mind teasing them too. That way, if one gets out of there, but you feel like, and again, I haven't talked about them too much because I don't know, I don't want to beat you guys over the head every week, but I guess when you kind of get away from reciting the numbers a little bit, people could forget or joining the show for the first time in a while. But I will say this. So the early kickoff games this season in the NFL are 46 overs. This is not including this week or yesterday because it's not the 10 o'clock. This is 10 o'clock window on Sunday. 46 wins, 46 overs, 68 unders this season in the 10 o'clock window with an average of 41.9 points. So, yeah, some of these totals are pretty low. We're also in December. That's something to consider as well. Matt says, watch out for the rain. And what about in Denver? We thought there would be snow. It's cold. It's 28, 30 degrees or whatever. But looks like we're going to maybe avoid the precipitation tonight. Well, Sunday Night Football, we'll get there in a few moments. Let's keep going here, I think. With the Commanders on the road against the favored Jets. Because, the Jets, I mean, come on. You got Trevor Siemian in there. I mean, probably should have been in there all season. No, no, sirree. And poor Commanders, they probably deserve a better fate. Feels like they actually maybe underachieved, considering a little bit. Wolves over Chelsea, 2-1. It's a final. Wolves over Chelsea, just in here. But for me in this one, look, I mean, you got Trevor Siemian in there against Sam Howell. Now, yes, you do have a situation here where the Commanders have had strong passing offense, all pretty much, maybe overachieved to a certain extent with this strong. Hi, Zane. Nice to see you again, as always. And he likes the Commanders in this game, but hello, Zane. Sam Howell coming in here, good numbers, good stats. Maybe a little bit of poor coaching this season for Riverboat Ron, who doesn't even like to gamble anymore, right? And maybe it's kind of cost them in some games, and now they end up with a pretty poor record here. The Commanders haven't had a good time, and maybe they're an underdog because they don't even have as good of a record as the Jets. But come on, this is going to be a pretty bad game. Certainly. Here's under here with Blake. And so, yeah, I talk about the Commanders and all that passing, but they've lost 5 in a row, 10 of their last 12, gone 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games. Thomas is still willing to take the Commanders today because, hey, how are the Jets favored against anybody, right? I guess they could win, but doesn't feel like they can cover a spread. It's going to be really, really tough. Right. Just eliminate the first half of the sentence. I don't see where the points are going to be coming from to get over 30. You want to go over because it's more fun, or thank you, Gerardo, for your ISL bet there. Kerala and Mumbai. And anybody want to get involved there right now in that play? 1-0 right now, 39th minute. All right. For the Jets, 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games as a home favorite. That doesn't sound very good. Now, Howell just 5-10 straight up. Maybe he's not all that. I don't know. He's had good success, good numbers, decent numbers. Fernando ready to go over here in this one. I'm taking the Commanders plus the points. I mean, if the Jets win, they can't win by just maybe a point or two, I would imagine. I don't want to lay points with the Jets, right? So I'm going to take a side on this one and give me the Commanders today in a bad game, but I don't know. I'd probably just go with the money line because it's not going to be a big unit play. It's a free play here. Commanders can win this game. Get some wins here for Ron. This one here. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. I think that's fine. No more from you guys on this one. All right. A big important game here. Last game of this slate with the Lions here on the road against the Vikings as a road favorite with Nick Mullins in there for Minnesota, right? So doesn't it seem like some of these quarterback options now are a little bit, when they finally dig deep? Well, there was a lot of praise for Mullins, I think, in the job that he did. So we'll just kind of give him that here in this one. But he's still the 4th string guy. Does feel like he's better than, a better option than Dobbs at this point. Mullins 5-13 in his career, as a starter, but still such a huge game for the Vikings. And the Lions have just went 2-4 in their last 4 games. Look, doesn't matter with Campbell here if he's a favorite, as a dog. It doesn't matter. He's just he's a monster at covering numbers. Lions 8-3 against the spread on the road in division. All the numbers for Campbell, all the success against the spread, but um, man, it's still going to be tough for him to cover, I would think, here. Vikings at home, division game, home team dominated series. Home teams won 5 straight in the series. The Lions are 0-5 in their last 5 trips into Minnesota. We know it's about the program a little bit with Minnesota. Mullins did a pretty good job. Over 5-1-1 in the series last 7 games, but that 47.5 with Mullins in there. I'm still going to go under here. This has gone a little bit too high. It has gone up here a couple of points, it looks like. And I imagine I'll be flirting with the number here in this one, and we could get a field goal game late. So if it's, 24-20 or 21-21, I guess it would, stay under. But all right, Vikings. 9-3 to the under in their last 12 games. Lions have been a big time over, no doubt. 8-3 to the over in their last 11 games. Like I said, this series has gone over, so I feel like I'm kind of contrarian here in this one. Here we got some picks here. We've got William on the Lions. Lay it on the road. And Thomas on Detroit. Blake to go under in this one with me. Rays on the Vikings. And Salty said that line is 2.5. Uh-oh. Can I get any threes out there? I can get a 3 still at Bet Online, juiced up. South Point, which doesn't move off of a -110 line, still offering 3 at -110. So, and I would encourage a 3 here if you're going to take these Vikings. Like I said, with Mullins in at quarterback, but I feel like they're live, baby. I feel like they might be live in this one. They need it, no doubt about it. I mean, they're staring up at several teams here still in that NFC. Everything's dicey, and everything will change here in about 10 hours. All right, that's it for the games in the morning. Let's move to the afternoon. Oh, we got one more here over for Fernando. And Johnny said Bovada just moved here to a 3, right? Yeah. Interesting point. And nothing, I'm not saying Johnny was wrong. In fact, I saw those 2.5s, but Johnny probably looking at lines from everywhere. And I'm showing DraftKings now has moved to 3. So has Bet Online here. Oh no! No! 2.5. Okay, 2.5 -15 at Bovada. Okay, I just want to get that right. I thought they're moving it multiple, but it could actually have been moving the other. One book kind of just moved one way and the other. Nothing to the move. Okay. Here's the Jaguars and the Buccaneers today in NFL action, with the Jaguars on the road here as a 1-point favorite against the Buccaneers. And I mean, look, sure, Jaguars, key game for both teams. Make no mistake here, the loser is really going to be up against it. Maybe the Jaguars in a little better position. I don't even know if they are. This seems almost like an elimination game. It feels like maybe the Jaguars still have good hope with a loss, but they both need it for sure, especially with Jacksonville having lost 3 in a row now, giving up big time points. And you got, yes, while we do expect Trevor Lawrence to be in there, man, this poor guy is playing with some injuries here, no doubt about it. And for the Jaguars, not great in close games, but you know what? When they get away from home, they've been pretty good. Now they are going up against the Buccaneers, who are on a 3-game winning streak. So my kind of a steadfast rule to a certain extent is in the NFL, 3 is too many. And usually, if a team's riding a 3-game winning streak, they're going to lose the next game. If they have a 3-game losing streak, they're going to win the next game. That's kind of what happens in the NFL. But the Buccaneers have some really good momentum right now. They've covered 6 of their last 8 games. And at home, it just feels like a better situation. And there's not a rivalry here or anything with these teams, with the northern team Jackson. This is a non-conference game. So I did want to add this. So important statistic here in this one, and let me make sure I got this right, because this one is significant this season. Here it is. Oh gosh, where is it at? All right, not necessarily tipping my hand here in this one, but non-conference games, NFC versus AFC games, 27 overs, 44 unders this season. 27 overs and 44 unders this season for Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Now, I give the stat, and I'm probably going to end up here. It feels like there's some, solid late movement here. What is the current total? Do I have it right on screen? Because I feel like it's 43 and a half now. Okay, 43 at some spots, 43 and a half at some others. So maybe, just maybe, with these two quarterbacks, that they can buck that trend a little bit here with Baker. Tampa Bay has gone over in 4 straight games, and the Jaguars have gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. So I know I gave that stat out because I just felt it was important, but I'm going over with the Jaguars and the Bucks. Can Baker lead them to the win? What do you guys got? Zane's on the Bucks. Thomas is on the Bucks. You guys like the Bucks here? Okay, duly noted. All right. Featured attraction. Game of the week. Game of the day, at least. In the late window. Features the Cowboys on the road against the Dolphins. And the Dolphins here, a slight favorite, -1.5, and maybe 2 now. I'll put 2 here. Maybe that clues you in a little bit. I'm gonna give out the total on the game here, but just see kind of what you guys have in this one at a pretty high total, no doubt about it, at 48.5. We're expecting some fireworks with these two teams. I think the Dolphins defense, look, if you got a pretty good record like the Dolphins do, and maybe we're all known for their offense, so their defense gets, disrespected, I'd say. Now, the key in this game is going to be the status of Tyreek Hill. It does feel like if we've got injuries here and there, what's going to happen if this guy's in or out, whatever, whatnot. This feels like an injury where you got to know what Tyreek is up to. But we did get word, that, look, I think he's in. I think it's key that he's in. I love Tyreek when he's healthy. It seems like he gets banged up. He's got the towel over his head. He's got to go to the locker room and whatnot. I think he'll play today in this one. And look, Cowboys, they had their 5-game winning streak snapped in Buffalo, no problem there. But another road game, out of conference again. Yeah, every game's important right now for the Cowboys, certainly at this point. And Blake says he's relying on the input here. Blake, I've got the side as a premium. But I think you can get where I'm going here, maybe. I mean, I want Tyreek in there. The Dolphins right now, let let me get this here. Okay. Dallas, 11-1 against the spread in their last 12 games coming off of a loss. But Dallas, 4-3 straight up on the road this season. The favorites usually win those games so far this season. Thomas is on Dallas. Salty says he's fading the move. He's on Dallas. Does not think that it's just, to me, the dichotomy is just too much. I mean, when is Dallas going to come up with the better road effort? They're 0-3 against the spread on the road this season, 6-9 against the spread, last 15 games as a road dog. It's basically 500 before this season, though. And but Miami, for all you could say about this good season at 10-4, they've had a weak schedule. Weak schedule, no doubt. They're 0-3 straight up. They've lost their last 3 games against teams with a winning record. So they kind of struggle in situations against better competition. So we'll see, but I'm going to take the under in this game. I know, look, we've got the Dolphins, right? But look, the Cowboys, yes, they have a good defense. Yes, it gets weaker on the road. The total dropped here. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing some 48s. Now I'm showing 49 at stations. A lot of 48s, some 48s, mostly 48 and a half. We'll just leave it at that. But so yeah, and I just feel good about Tyreek today as far as his status. Now, maybe he's one guy that I can at least, I have the main, some of the main shows up, and some of the YouTube style shows up too. And I'm just trying, seeing if there's anything with his actives or inactives or anything, but it really just doesn't seem like it right now. Still waiting on his number because of his game time decision. But my feel is uh, my feel is in right now. I'm on the show here, and I think you got to have optimism for him coming into this game. So, all right. I think he's expected to play, and I think that's key. I'm still going to go under here. Yeah. Okay. Under is my play in the Cowboys and the Dolphins. The late window, you guys, this season, the 1 o'clock games have been uh, a bit of an over. Remember, it started off way over. It was like the early games were going under, and they still do, but the late games were going over. But now it's really evened off, and the late games are back to 29 and 26 to the over with an average point total of 46.4 points per game. And again, you have that NFC AFC thing here, 27 overs, 44 unders. Yeah, we're dealing with teams with good, good offenses, certainly. I think you kept put the Cowboys in there as a good offense, but I think also we don't give the Dolphins defense enough credit. They're still, to me, okay, I just want to make a statement right now about the future of these two teams because everyone, in the NFC, I think we're all kind of saying, who you got? San Francisco, Dallas, Philadelphia. I've got San Francisco, right? I want that explosiveness. I want all those guys with speed. I want the MVP at quarterback. So the 49ers for me in the NFC. And in the AFC, I want the team with the speed. I want the team with the pretty good quarterback and and the masterful coach at this point. So my Super Bowl prediction is the 49ers and the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins have enough to beat the Ravens eventually because I just don't think as fun and as a gamer. Look, the Dolphins Ravens, that'd be a hot game certainly if the Chiefs continue to bumble around like it and can't find that the one thing the Chiefs are missing, right? They don't have necessarily what we're seeing from the Dolphins, the Tyreek Hill kind of, right? They don't have Tyreek in Kansas City. They have him in Miami, and they've also got Mostert here. We make fun of him a little bit because Mostert gets old or whatever. Remember, he was a burner back in college. He's still got wheels. So for me, Niners, Dolphins. That's the Super Bowl that I'm looking forward to. That's when I think of Super Bowl teams, a lot of the Ravens can, with the Ray Lewis era and all that. That was a different time with defenses, and the Ravens still bring a certain level of defensive uh, staunchness, if you will, to every game they're in. And Jackson, certainly is a winner, but there's some flaws in his numbers too. And I just feel like the Dolphins have that explosive play potential that the Ravens just don't have, and that are necessary to win in a game. You need the one big play usually that can make a difference. All right. That's one more on the afternoon card. I almost don't want to forget about the Cardinals and the Bears. We could forget about the Cardinals and the Bears, but we won't in this one, right? So let's take a look at these two. The Bears are favored. The Bears are favored to win. It's kind of a fake laugh to make, to think that they shouldn't be favored, but it's not really. Why are the Bears favored here over anybody? Yeah, the Cardinals are pretty bad too, but the Bears are 5-9. The Cardinals are 3-11, but I'm not going to trust them to cover any number here necessarily in this one. For the Cardinals. Look, here's two guys you could compare these quarterbacks a little bit. Kyler Murray. You know what, Kyler? I'm not high on Kyler at all. If I had it needed, like you only have so many options at quarterback, and I don't know if I had him on my roster over some of the other quarterbacks. Yeah, probably have to go with Kyler. But if I were to compare these two quarterbacks, I don't think it's any comparison, quite frankly. I think Justin Fields is the better quarterback of these two teams, mostly because of the work ethic and discipline and mentality, game mentality here. Just to me, Fields is the better. Look, the records aren't great, obviously. Murray, 27-35, has a much better record than Fields at 8-27, straight up. But to me, Kyler, it does bring you a little bit of excitement. Sure, makes some mistakes, makes plenty of mistakes. Arizona's 4-7 against the spread in their last 11 games, going 2-9 straight up. And if they're not going to score, but what are they going to score here? 19, 20 points? If they don't score points, they don't win. But I would think they can at least get the number here. Bears are 7-4 against the spread in their last 11 games, but they're not very good in close games. Just 2-5 straight up in one-score games this season. The Bears are 0-3-1 against the spread their last 4 games as a favorite. Bears have gone under in 6 of 7. Arizona's gone under in 5 straight road games. There's not a lot of great options offensively on these teams necessarily right now. And for me, at that total at 43, that kind of looks even a little bit high for these guys right now. And probably, how about this? I don't remember this because it was before my era, but I know this. So, hey, the winner of this game gets to be called the Cardinals because the Chicago Cardinals were around for 60 years before they moved to St. Louis. And I think that's where they moved to. They were the St. Louis Cardinals when I was a young lad. The football and the baseball team were the St. Louis Cardinals. So, all right. Cardinals have won the last 3 trips in here to Chicago. It's not a it's semi-regular series, over 5-6 in the last 6 meetings, but I'm going to grab the points. I'm going to take some points. Nobody's going to win this game by more than 3 points, I would think. So, I can take the Cardinals here. One more time. But does anybody agree or disagree with me? And is it even an argument? Or I don't even know if you want to compare these quarterbacks necessarily. So, yeah, I don't know if I am necessarily for. Like I said, I like Fields. Um, Bears are favored in this game, but I don't know if you want to take them, Fernando, laying 4 points, do you? Yeah. Man, am I really down? I feel like I'm positive on the Bears to a certain extent. They've won, and like I said, won and covered 3 of their last 5. Pretty, some decent, uh, you know, decent thing. But I mean, when was the last time they even led a football game? Early. I don't mean like they've won 3 of the last 5, but they get off to such slow starts. They're always in a funk early. This game's not gonna, both teams are probably 19 to 17, 19 to 16, 21 to 17, 20 to 17, 21 to 19. I don't know where you're gonna get 43. I guess it could get there with overtime. Thomas on Arizona. Doubles gives us that report of the weather. Fernando going under. Blake says bring back Neil Lomax. Gosh, I was going to try to go back even further. Anderson? Oh, gosh. Okay. Biggie, hello. I'm going to go back even further in my Cardinal. Hey, Lex. Oh, man, Lex. Great to see you the other night. I popped in on one of those streams. I've seen Lex before, but he was having a great time at his poker game. And he showed his buddies hanging out, playing a little nice poker. Hey, don't invite me to the game, Lex. You know I'm a ringer. Um, you know, Nearly 20 years as a dealer. I've played poker on national television and won big. Not a pro, but I can mix it up on the tables. And just remember this, Lex, when you are playing, and everybody, all right, you guys are getting to know me, my mentality a little bit. And there's going to be a poker tournament again next Friday on one of those channels where they show the stream and they have me on there where you can like watch me play. You don't see my card, they kind of bounce around, but I'm going to, it'll be a tournament on next Friday. And um, you can watch me kind of play. But just remember this, Lex. Uh, when all the chips are down, when you have to make that one decision, that one key read, whether to call, to raise, to fold, to check, whatever it is, where this is going to make your moment of the day, where you have to make the right call to win the tournament or stay alive in the tournament. Just remember this. This is the most key advice I can give anybody in poker, especially those of you who have gotten to know me and my betting and gambling philosophies, even if you've never seen me at the poker table. Just remember this. What would Ramon do in this situation? And you will be right. And when you make your decision in the poker game, just do what Ramon would do. All right. A little bit more on this one. We'll get out of this one. We talked too long about this game. All right. Lex had a good night at the tables. Lex, I think they're going with either 50 or 100, so we'll be in that. And no, Blake, I'm talking, mostly Texas Hold'em. I can play the other games too, of course, as a longtime dealer, but I'm pretty good at people. I'm pretty good at the people game. I think sitting around the poker table as a dealer, watching people play for 20 years, and I played quite a bit. Don't play as much anymore, but you know what they say about what the dealer says. Well, I can't say the joke on the air. Okay. Uh, Check me on Pub Sports Radio. I'll tell the jokes, the dirty jokes. Not gonna do it on Tony's channel. No sirree. Kid Hoop says Kyler needs Benny. You see Kyler running around right now. Kid Hoops doesn't sound like a kid. Sounds like he's been around since the Benny Hill days. All right, let's get off of this one and get to the late game with the Patriots and the Broncos. What's all right? Like I said, so if you didn't see earlier in the week when I was on the show, everyone, it's going to be it for Bill Belichick. Maybe it is. Bill Belichick has one more year on his contract. I think Bill Belichick is going to be around next year for one more go round with the Patriots. I don't think they're going to fire him. I think they'll, I'm not saying there's been any success here down the stretch with a little bit of win here and there, but they've lost 6 of their last 7, 9 of their last 11 with a 2-9 spread record of late. Patriots are 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games as road underdog, including 1-3 against the spread this year. It's just an unfamiliar role. But everybody talks about, the Brady day. It's been 184 games that the Patriots haven't had Tom Brady, and they've gone 83 and 101 in those games. Or no, I shouldn't say that. Belichick without Brady, basically, is what that is. Since Brady's left, let me look here. I think I had an article actually. I was reading it. Okay, since Brady's left, 28 and 36 straight up in the regular season. So that's pretty gross. But for the Patriots, you do have Bailey Zappi coming in here trying to give it another try. Look, Zappi's 3-2 as a starter. Mac Jones is like 18 and 26. So maybe the Patriots. No. This is going to be the Broncos' day. This is going to be the Broncos showing everything that they've developed here in this one. Look, I think this is going to be a pretty one-sided game tonight. That might have trouble getting the total just because the Patriots might not score enough points. I'm going to go over this total of 36 tonight. I think the Broncos are going to probably smash the old Patriots and put that talk about Bill. Can he stick around? Can he survive this? Like I said, one more year in the contract, incredible relationship. Patriots are more about what the concepts are, the program there. I think Belichick stays one more season, as gross as it sounds. Denver 2-7-1 against the spread. Last 10 as a home favorite. 1-4 against the spread at home this year. Not concerned. This feels like the situation where Denver shows what they're all about this season and this incredible turnaround from what we saw early on. Give credit where credit is due here in this one, and they'll be riding high tonight with a double-digit win, I would think. Don't want to give away the premium necessarily, but please pick up the package tonight. Support Ramon Scott. But I'll take over on the show because I think the Broncos put up a pretty good number here. Patriots may end up getting some on the back end. Over in 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two games. Broncos have been a big time under, no doubt. But this total is pretty low because the Patriots don't score. But I just feel like if it's a blowout, the Broncos are going to get their share. All around right now, the Broncos, defense continues to improve. Running game opens up a little bit every time there's a little bit more success, kind of. It's just I feel good I don't like the Broncos personally, being a Chargers fan, and I wish I had my buddy Dave in here today to kind of talk up his Broncos a little bit because, I'm still going to be fair and honest about it, even if I would, tell him, these guys are awful. They're terrible, these Broncos. But I'm just trying to be realistic here, and I think the Patriots have not been able to necessarily cover up all these flaws this season. Totally happy for Zeke and the production he's had. It's, kind of going wasted a little bit. Glad he found a spot. Looks pretty interesting. Looks good catching the ball. Looks good his little number 15 jersey or whatever it is. And pretty good. But the passing game here against the Broncos, forget it. You got to think I don't see anything for these guys other than maybe I would say if I liked one receiver today on this, it would be Douglas for the Patriots. But Parker, no way. Maybe Gesicki can do something. Maybe that's where they can get the score here with one of those two guys. But I would think for Denver with Wilson, with Javonte Williams, maybe can be strong, consistent running, and Cortland Sutton. Just a terrific bounce back season here, and those receivers, with Judy in there certainly as well. Give me the over though tonight is my play. You guys have plenty of picks. Show's almost over. Thank you, everybody. We'll look at one game in college, or if you want to look at another one. Matt says, okay, let me see. I am a uniform junkie kind of guy. All that. So they'll have a white helmet. And Matt, well, they're going with the white helmet now. Are they going with the D, the old school D, or the newfangled Bronco in that one? But those sound just outstanding. Those sound lovely. I mean, the one thing I do like about the Broncos is the orange. That's about all I like about them as a Chargers fan, Matt. But you can make fun of me all day. Last night, I was pretty happy. I mean, granted, we gave out we had the Chargers on the show. I bet the Chargers pretty big. I think everybody got that. I had them on the money line. Don't think I didn't. Hey, just because the Chargers didn't cover the money line, it was a profitable play. We were able to get plenty of money. Not a win like winning a bet, but was able to totally work around a pretty, nice little money line bet and make a little profit out of it late because of the way the game unfolded. So, Kid Hoops, that was his nickname. All right. I like that. Blake here on the Broncos to roll. And yeah, offense, defense, whatever. Hey, I want to mention this one to you too, Lex. Thanks for mentioning this. I skipped this one totally, and this one is a great stat, and I want to share it with you guys right now. It's not on this game, so please listen up. But the Broncos race to 14 here for Lex. I want to tell you about one other race today, the race to 10. Talked about the Commanders and the Jets, right? The Jets are favored. You're like, how can the Jets be favored against anybody? Well, today they're favored against the Commanders. The Jets have lost the race to 10. If you're familiar with this bet, I think many of you are. You guys are experienced, but you can bet which team scores 10 points first, 20 points first, whatever. Like said, there's a 14 at some sites too, right? So the race to 10, and let me take the graphic off here because I'm back on another game now. Well, I'm on the over in the Patriots Broncos. So the race to 10, the Commanders and the Jets. The Jets have lost the race to 10 in 21 of their last 22, might be 22 of the last 23. I was last weekend this started to pop up. I wasn't aware of it. Wish I was. I'd like to be. I'm usually on top of these trends. So the Jets have been losing the race to 10, 21 of 22, 22 of 23 or whatever. They've lost the race to 10. We know they have a poor offense. They don't get off to good starts at all. We make fun of them in the first half. Well, the Commanders are like plus $1.20 in that game in the race to 10. Now they're the Commanders today, and they've got certainly some issues coming in with no hope and no future, but they got Sam Howell. And, the Jets just don't win the race to 10. Now, maybe today's the day. Have they really turned it around where they could just be a favorite? So just something to consider there. All right, Ray, I'll take the points. And Kid says maybe a touchdown pass from Bailey Zappi. Thomas is on the Pony Boys. Fernando is on the Broncos. So they better score, Thomas, or I'm not going to get that over. Thanks, you guys, for a look at the NFL today. I got one game in college basketball to look at, and it's the championship game of the Diamond Head Classic, one of the traditional tournaments on the islands here. We saw the football game last night. between San Jose State and Coastal Carolina. Like I said, I didn't touch on that one too much. We did have the under there, and Coastal got the win. Impressive there with, and I should have known better going with San Jose State to blow them out on the air. And by the time we get off the air, that 10-point spread had moved to 8.5, and kind of had some regret. I'm like, I'm kind of sorry that I told everybody that was a line move that worried me. Never going to make excuses here and say, oh, I changed my mind. I didn't change my mind. I stick with what I say on the air. Once the game starts, it's game on. I mean, I could be betting all over the place, but want to say hello and welcome here to Charlie Richards today. I met Charlie here, I don't think, or seen him maybe once. Charlie, have you ever had a chance to comment? And obviously knows what's going on here with his comments. Maybe had a chance to stop by with the holiday here and say hello. So thank you, Charlie. Hopefully you are a frequent listener or even semi-occasional. That's fine here. Now, Terrell, does that say, I know we're talking about the last game there with the Patriots and the Broncos. Is that a backdoor cover or is that really a backdoor over? I always like a backdoor over. All right, let's just get into the pick here with Nevada and Georgia Tech in the championship game out in Hawaii. And look, Georgia Tech comes in right now with a 4-game winning streak here and winning these games certainly here on the islands over UMass and Hawaii over the last 2 games. They also beat Penn State in overtime. Their losses were to Georgia, Cincinnati, and Lowell. Bye, Blake. Have a great day. All right. Oh, great, Charlie. That's awesome. Oh, hey, being with Ragu a little bit here this season, getting to share some screen time with him, talking a little college football. I mean, obviously, he Ragu. If you're out there, shout out Ragu. I will. He's got me beat in the age category, but it feels like my type of guy. Certainly, handicapping wise, socially aware type of person. Big Ragu, someone I really admire, and Big Boss certainly as well. I went to those guys actually because I wasn't sure that I could. I was going to try to do a live show. There's one on the one of the other channels. They did a great job, and I tried it for a week or two, and I still think there's some spot where I could do some live show. No doubt, the old school, right? I'm definitely that. I go back before the pandemic, way back. I'm so low bag. I'm low bag before there was low bag. I'm low bag before there was JTB. I was low bag when it was Pete and Natalie. That's how old I am. That might have been 15 years ago. Feels like we've been doing this on YouTube that long. Maybe it was 10 years ago, but it feels like it was longer. I think the pandemic aged everybody. All right. Anyways, for Nevada coming into this one, they've also had nice wins here over Temple and TCU. Their only loss was to Drake this season. So Nevada comes in with an 11-1 record for Alford, really doing a terrific job. I mean, I'm keeping my eye on this team, being an Aztecs fan, certainly. And whenever you got Alford building a little something here this time now with the Wolfpack, feels like they're going to be tough out all around this season. But for me, I only got one pick here. What is the total? Because I'm looking at that total, and I know it's probably gone up since I typed this in. 142, juice to the over at some spots. I see a 140, 1.5 out there. I'll put a full point on it and go over here. You might be able to get a lower price than this. I don't know. I don't think I know which team is going to cover. I do have Nevada winning this one, probably by a handful of points. I still respect them and what's going on here at this point. But Georgia Tech has played pretty well, and it could be a 4, 5, 6, 7-point game for now. Maybe I'll have something that I don't think it's going to be a premium or anything. I don't think I'll have any premiums. I think it's all going to be NFL. I'm going to have 5 in the early window. I think I have either 3 or 4 maybe I was waiting on one there in the afternoon, if you know what I mean, on one key player, and that would determine whether I had a 3-pack in the afternoon or a 3-pack including the night game. So probably going to go with it though. Appreciate you guys so much today. If you don't join me tomorrow, this is where I get emotional again. Just want to thank everybody because of the support, keeping me on here with Tony and the GM and the gang and the new gang too. So I want to invite any of the new cappers that have joined the site over the last month. Uh, Please reach out. I don't know hardly any of you. I've seen a few of you on Twitter. I know we're rolling with some of our old crew. Yeah, they migrated to Mindy's show. They don't like, they don't work our style a little bit. You know how the ladies do it. They've got their numbers. And they stick to those numbers. And you know me, I'm willing to go off the board once in a while against the numbers. So maybe a little bit of contrast in styles. We know we've lost some of our audience to that show. No problem. I mean, I want them. Look, we got off the air quick. I want to apologize to anybody who I said Tony was coming on. I just got the alert on my phone. Not to say it wasn't important because it was Mindy. I would have got off the air right away for Mindy as well, but I might have said, "Hey, Tony's going on right now," and it was just the channel was going live. Mindy went live with her show. We got off the air for sure. I don't get that overlap. I always go so long, but this is a salutation, the Merry Christmas to you guys tomorrow. If you don't have the chance to join me tomorrow, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you to subscribers. I know some of you, I know a lot of people, even in this chat, say, I never pay for pay, whatever. If you don't, that's fine. Your support, your love, your picks in the chat, sharing your action with the others. That's what's important to me on this show. The chat is the stars. I'm just guiding us along the way. But those of you who have purchased the packages, thank you. You're helping me at a very important time in my life. I'm kind of transitioning from real work dealer casino, right? And look, we're doing okay in this type of stuff, getting paid with our picks, when people sell, we get the commissions and I get that, look, if I was the greatest gambler in the world, yeah, they say, no, why do you give the picks? Well, I'm a little Deegan too, like to play a lot of games, small, just betting. So I'd like to have some fun, and this helps the income a little bit. So pick up my 5-pack, show your support for me or the other cappers as well. Remember, you get the Tony's Picks profit guarantee, where if you don't show a profit with the picks, you get credits back to your account. You can choose another capper. You don't have to go with me, but you should if you take a look at the long-term prospectus. Hopefully these guys continue to crank as well. But just want to thank you so much for everything. If you don't have a chance to join me tomorrow, if you do have a chance, come by on Monday. We do have some previews of NFL games and a few other things we could talk about tomorrow. But I'm going to come in and spend time with you guys, talking to my family last night here, visiting, with the holiday. I said, miss all my friends. I want to say a shout out to anybody watching on my Facebook page, friends in San Diego that I've left over the last year and a half or so, coming to Las Vegas, and just want to say shout out and thank you to you guys. But again, it's kind of helping in my little transition here, trying to do this, and I think it's gonna be a good job for me as I get older and approach, I don't know, some kind of age. And we'll want to be here next week. Ramon's going to be rolling the double nickel here in about 4 days. So stop by on that day too. We'll have a little party. Where's my balloons? Where's my balloons? Where's my lasers? Give me my lasers here on Christmas Eve. Thank you so much, you guys. Come by tomorrow. Spend a few minutes with me. Kids, grandkids, they're opening gifts. Whip out your phone, type a few things, say Merry Christmas in the chat. I'm just going to be here because what I meant to say about hello to all my family and friends down in San Diego. Miss you, can't get together with you here over the holidays, but hopefully you guys are doing well. And you guys are kind of my, I don't want to say new friends. We've been doing this for 16 months now, but it's just amazing the way the technology is and everything, how things work out. And don't feel like I know all you guys, but just the things that we talk about, all the things we have in common. that's what we share here. So even though I just see your comments, I really don't know that much. It feels like I gained a lot of friends this year. It feels like I've gained more friends than I have in my whole life to a certain extent, at least in a 1 year period, right? So that's the funny thing about some of the things that happen with the new technology. Well, we came out of the pandemic. We were talking with my family yesterday about the technology and getting together, and also the people that I've met that might be watching right now on stream that I've been on the air with over the last year or so. Thank you guys as well from the other channels. Lewis Gibson, hello. Here's another important thing I just want to point out before we go. One more thing, right? We only did 2 hours, and you can listen to this if you have a moment. It's the holidays, but you see right there, and this is key for our show. You see Lewis Gibson. Hello, Lewis, and thank you for commenting. Haven't seen you maybe once, maybe not. But you see, he's coming to us on X there. You can now comment on X, and your comments can appear on the show. So maybe for some of you where you wanted to go through just watching on your phone and see the show there, but you want to comment, so you have to go to YouTube. No longer. You can now comment, put your picks on X if you're watching on social media, and I'll still get your comments as I have here with Lewis. You see, it was the only one we had necessarily today. So, all right. Yeah, shout out to those guys also that I've interacted with a little bit from the other channel. There's a little bit of dichotomy. We don't, mix it up too much over the. I don't think they'd ever have me, quite frankly. But thank you guys so much. I will be here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Thank you again to Peasy for our intro. We're going to keep this one for a while, and maybe I'll fix the thumbnail up a little bit. Looks like I'm 40 years old, and that picture is only 2 or 3 years old. But thanks, everybody. We'll leave with the outro from Peasy. We'll see you tomorrow. Come by, wish me Merry Christmas. I'll wish you Merry Christmas as well. From Tony'sPicks.com, this has been Ramon Scott. Merry Christmas.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funnelling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.